Happy new moon. We have arrived to our new moon cycle once more, as we reliably always do. Our new moon in Cancer. If you have noticed this, we have talked a lot about Cancer lately, it seems like, and this is the second new moon in the same sign this year. So this normally happens every year. There'll be a sign that has a double new moon. So we saw this at the beginning of last month, and here we are now in July, coming the 20th of July, will be in our new moon phase. It also will be in Cancer. So it's wonderful energy, this mothering energy, really focused on family, your home base, your sacred environment, like your support systems. All of those wonderful things are all about the Cancer energy. We're being asked to pick a new path. It's possible that we are picking a new path right now. But with that information, with that statement, I really have more so been getting the message that the hardest part of making forward motions is releasing what you are holding on to, what is in the past and what has been comfortable and supportive to you. So with the Cancer energy, even, we want that comfort, we want that, that very much so environment, but we do have a lot of other energies right now that is more of a pushing, like push you out of the nest kind of energy. And think about any loss or anything that you have had to move forwards. The hardest part is not the process. It is always that piece where you have to let go of that cord, that rope that you feel like is supporting you, that's holding you up, that's maintaining where you're at in life. You have to let it go in order to move forward. So if you don't get any other information from me throughout this entire video, please take that away with you. We have to let go in order to move forward. So that normal that we're all waiting to come back, your job that maybe may not even exist anymore after this, all of this process that we've been through in 2020, like, you have to let go of those things in order to projectively move forward and start making inspired action, taking inspired action towards your real goals, your real desires, and your real wants. Not just what you're accepting as okay, good enough, those types of energies. Asking yourself a couple of questions. Number one, why are we always comparing right and wrong within ourselves? We carry this weight around with us all the time of the feeling of, is this right? Is this the right choice? Is it the wrong choice? If we could work hard to release that duality mindset of right and wrong or good and bad, can we just bring it down to loving ourselves for whatever choice that we make? So with every choice that you make, you just respond, I love you for making that choice. I love you for choosing that for yourself. Instead of always having to compare what's right, what's wrong. And why have we been carrying so much guilt the last so many years? However many years this speaks to you in, but why are we carrying around so much guilt with this right or wrong duality mindset? Constantly we feel if we've made the wrong choice, we are ultimately guilty. Underneath, deep down inside, if you are anywhat like me, you feel this overwhelming sense of guilt, but you don't express it. You push it down, you carry it with you, and you just know that it's always there. So releasing that duality mindset, also inviting in the release of guilt, the release of shame, the release of disappointment. Just keep those two things in mind while we move through our new moon phase starting on July 20th. Let's just try and really recognize and see ourselves. How often do you judge yourself on a right and wrong level? Why do and where do we think we're not good enough? Where is it that you feel like you are falling short? You have not accomplished enough. You have not picked the right path. Where is it that we feel like we are not good enough? It always comes out somewhere. It could be in your career choice. It could be in your parenting. It could be in your relationships. Where is it that you think that you're not good enough? And why? Why do you think that? If we are living presently and using awareness tactics in really embodying this moment every single day, we are exactly where we should be. All the decisions and choices that you've made throughout your life has led up to this very second, this very moment that you're watching this video. Everything that you have done was circling around you coming to this point. So embrace that and know that you are where you are supposed to be. We have not dragged our feet. We're not wasting time. We are just living this experience the way that we are choosing to live it. That is the empowerment piece. You have chose to live it this way. So maybe 10 years ago you made the choice that led you down this path to where you are right now. But it does not make it that it was a wrong choice. If you don't like this path now, we're on that edge. Again, we get to choose. You get to choose where you go from here. Keeping in mind, holding on to those old ropes, to those old cords that we're clutching to our chest, like we can't let go, we can't jump, we can't do it. Just know that a lot of times in order to move forwards, you have to release and let go those past things that you're holding on to. These thoughts, this duality mindset, these are the things that keep us from moving forwards in our lives. The comparison mindset is what always keeps you stuck. If you feel like you are in a trap, if you feel like you're dug yourself into a hole, like whatever it is, if you can release that comparison mindset, you will see yourself pull out. You will pull out of that hole, releasing the comparison, releasing that duality mindset. Some things to keep in mind, just real quick. I think I have 5 things here to keep in mind during this new moon cycle. Quality over quantity. Give quality to one thing. We cannot do everything, and we can't do everything well. Make a list, write it down, see it in front of you. What is the one thing during this new moon that you are going to give quality to? What is the quality thought process? What is it that you're going to give that thought process to? Those actions, those inspirations. What is the one thing that you want to have quality, not quantity of 100 different things that you're trying to do? Just one. Pick one. Check in with your relationship with your masculine and feminine self. Is there an imbalance? Cancer always asks us to check in with that balance. Feel into the masculine, feminine. Again, we're just talking about the moon here, but if there's more information you'd like to have on the astrological environment that we are a part of currently, you will see that there is that masculine piece that's coming in, and we are asking to check ourselves. Where is it that you are lacking the masculine energy? Are you overriding your life with the feminine energy? Just checking in with that balance. Embody the thing that you want to be. And this was huge for me. Embody what it is that you want to be. We always look, again, with that comparison mindset, the right and wrong, all of that, the duality. We always look at someone else and say, that's the lifestyle that I want. I wish I could do that, but I can't. Or I love the way that this person does this, but I can't be that person. In order to be anyone, you have to embody what it is that you want. And we go to defaults a lot of times. Well, this is the way I was raised. This is the way it's always been. You default into that situation. But our personality, our characters, all of that is subject to change. And how do you change that? With your mindset, with your mentality. Every time you make a choice, respond to yourself. I love you for making that choice, which I said that earlier, but that was one of my main points. So that's a big one if it came up twice. Every time you make a choice, just respond to the situation. I love you for making that choice. Do not respond with right or wrong. Just, I love you for making that choice. Start checking in with your inner child. So we're moving into our Leo season, which will be coming up here shortly after this full, new moon. We'll move into our Leo season, and this has a lot to do with your inner child. So for preparatory work, if you could start checking in with your inner child, maybe do some inner child meditations, just like respecting yourself, your inner soul, if you prefer to say soul instead of inner child, whatever it might be. Start checking in with your inner child. And a question to ask yourself, what thought, old truth, or belief can you release? Again, letting go of those things in the past, the things behind you, the place that you were. What old truths and belief systems or even thought patterns, what can you release? What can you let go of? Those are all great questions to be asking yourself right now. Use the energy of the Cancer new moon to allow yourself to really open up to the future. What is possible? What is your desires? Ask yourself, what do I want to focus on right now? And just so we know, this waxing phase of the moon, which is what is in front of us after we experience the new moon, the waxing phase of the moon is best for setting intentions and starting something new. Focus on our family and our home. Things that you can do right now during this new moon in Cancer to really embody that energy. Cooking and grounding are great ways to create family-based activities, to support your home life, even if you only have a window garden or a countertop garden. And if you're not a cook, that's totally fine too. Come up with a creative way to create that family energy within your own environment. August 3rd will be our next full moon, so I will see you next month around that time. I want to thank each one of you for being here today and listening to my divine inspirations that I have felt through the last couple of weeks. I love sharing this with you. Any of us that can find clarity or stability or groundedness at this time, I want to be a part of that, and I want to help with that process, with your process, with my process. And I love this community of being able to do this together. I hope that everybody embodies this new moon energy, embodies the Cancer, feels into what feels right for you, set your intentions, really focus on what it is that you want to focus on. And I will see you again in the next video, which will be on our full moon cycle.